Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Rundown. We're going to go over the MLB games scheduled for Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. Now, if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your baseball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my daily rundown best bet in Major League Baseball, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Wednesday in Major League Baseball. First up, we got the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. We've got Brady Singer and Andrew Heaney as the starters. Singer struggled quite a bit in his last few games. His ERA is now above 5 on the season. He's given up at least one home run in 5 straight games. And for me, while it's not fun to bet the Pirates right now, it's still a situation where I think Heaney's the better option. He's got great numbers against the current Reds lineup. The Reds going into Tuesday's game were ranked 24th and 26th in OPS and ISO against lefties in the month of May, with a high strikeout rate at 30% to go with it. So for me, I'm going to take a shot here with the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line at home. Like I said, it's not fun backing Pittsburgh, but I do think they are the play for Wednesday's afternoon game. Next up, we got the Chicago Cubs taking on the Miami Marlins. We got Cade Horton and Max Meyer as the projected starters. I mentioned I do like Max Meyer in this rotation, but he's been a little bit inconsistent for my liking as of late. It was a step in the right direction in his last game against the Rays, where he went 5 innings of 7 strikeout baseball, but still gave up 6 base hits and 4 total runs. No home runs, no walks. So like I said, the per nines were back on the right track, because before that he was struggling to miss bats, giving up walks, giving up the home run ball. If he can continue to improve there, I think I'll be willing to back him. But in this spot against a tough Cubs lineup, Cade Horton, who I think is a lot of upside on the mound, I just don't love this spot for Miami. So I'm going to roll the Chicago Cubs on the money line and run line. Next up, we got the Houston Astros taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. We got Hunter Brown and Taj Bradley as the starters. Hunter Brown's in great form right now. One of the best pitchers in baseball to start this season. Sub-2 ERA with a .83 whip, which is third best in baseball. 9th most strikeouts in Major League Baseball with 67 Ks and 56 2/3. He took the loss in his last game because the Astros didn't back him up. He went 8 innings of 1-run ball with 9 strikeouts and a 1-0 loss. But I think he will get some run support here against Taj Bradley. I mentioned I don't love backing the Astros on the road right now, but we saw him already pick up a W in this series. I think that Hunter Brown's going to go 6-7 strong innings, and the Astros do win this one on the road. So give me Houston on the road. Next up, we've got the Baltimore Orioles taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. We've got Tomoyuki Sugano and Chad Patrick as the starters. 2 starting pitchers that have right now sub-4 ERAs, but I think those ERAs rise as the season continues to above 4 by the end of the year. And I think that both these starters have significant regression concerns. I like the over in the first 5 innings. Chad Patrick's pitched well. He's coming off a quality start against the Twins, but it was still 8 base hits in those 6 innings. Makes it 14 hits and 3 walks, with only 6 strikeouts in his last 10 and a third innings. I think the Orioles can get to him for a few runs. We know they've been a lot better against righties than lefties. On the flip side, we thought originally that Sugano was going to go on Tuesday. He's moved to Wednesday. I still don't love him in this spot. It's one thing to be a pitch-to-contact guy. Sugano's only got 29 strikeouts in 50-plus innings, but he's gave up 2 home runs his last start, 5 home runs combined his last 5 games. He's still giving up some sharp contact and not necessarily keeping the ball on the ground too well. I think the Brewers can score a few runs, maybe a couple of home runs as well against Sugano, and we get over the first 5 inning total between Baltimore and Milwaukee. Next up, we got the Detroit Tigers taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. No official starter for Detroit, but Andre Pallante should be going for St. Louis. The Cardinals are 4-1 in Pallante's last 5 starts, and he's really done a great job in his last 2 games with the control. There's no walks given up in his last 2 combined. He went 7+ innings in those games, and that's the thing for Pallante. He's not really a great strikeout guy, but he does a good job of keeping the ball on the ground when he's at his best. And his ground ball percentage has been through the roof this year, one of the highest in baseball. He's given up a couple of home runs his last 2 starts, but otherwise I've been really impressed with Pallante in his recent games. And like I mentioned, St. Louis 4-1. They've been winning his games as of late. If this is a bullpen game or a spot starter for Detroit, I don't really love either of those options for the Tigers in this one. St. Louis is playing pretty good baseball overall in the month of May. I like the chances to pick up the W in this game at Busch Stadium. Next up, we've got the Seattle Mariners taking on the Chicago White Sox. We've got Logan Evans and Shane Smith as the starters. Now, going into the season, we didn't think there was going to be too many opportunities or situations where the White Sox would have a starting pitching advantage at all this year in a single game. But Shane Smith's been one of the better pitchers in the American League, certainly the best pitcher in this White Sox rotation. And while his last game, he got a little bit unlucky with the defensive miscues, 5 unearned runs given up, and ended up being a loss, by a sizable loss. But I think that Smith's still been really impressive. Logan Evans has pitched well with a 2.57 ERA, but a 4.68 expected ERA, 4.7 xFIP. There are regression concerns. The walks are a little bit of an issue. His strikeout numbers aren't the best. I think the White Sox compete in this game and cover the run line at the very least. I'll also sprinkle on the money line with Chicago. Next up, we got the Royals and the Giants. No official starter right now for KC, but Logan Webb should be going for the Giants. He's been super strong at home this season. That's been the case throughout his career. He pitches really well at Oracle Park. Does a great job of keeping the ball on the ground, and I think he has another great outing. I mean, he's got a .64 ERA at Oracle Park this season, 3-0 record. His last start against the A's, 8 innings of 1-run ball, just a very efficient outing, and I think we see another strong one. I would take the Logan Webb over outs in this game, but I also like the Giants on the money line, sprinkle on the run line. Next up, the Atlanta Braves and the Washington Nationals. A.J. Smith-Shawver and Trevor Williams are the starters. Now, we saw the same pitching matchup last week at Truist Park, and even though the Braves got the win in that game, it was a competitive ball game, and I think there's a situation where there is value with Washington on the money line and run line at home in this one. As we got to remember, Trevor Williams, one of the most profitable pitchers in baseball as far as money line betting goes in 2024. Not off to as good a start in 2025, but he's still somebody that can get outs. His expected numbers are a lot better than his current ERA. He's been slightly better at home this season. I think he could put together a decent outing. And while Smith-Shawver's been excellent, we saw in his last game his control was off a little bit at the beginning of that start. He was able to settle down and put together a quality start. But I think the Nationals could find a few runs off him, especially the second time through the order, or the second time facing him in the same week. So I'm going to roll with the Washington Nationals on the money line this one at a great price. Next up, the New York Mets and the Boston Red Sox. Tylor Megill and Garrett Crochet are the starters. Megill right now is struggling with that control, and we've seen him give up 4+ earned runs his last 3 starts. It's tough to have a lot of faith in his game right now, especially on the road, where he's just not been great in his career and so far this season with an ERA above 5. Pitching at Fenway Park against the Red Sox, the fact the Mets have lost his last 4 games, and with Garrett Crochet on the other side, I just think it's a lot stacking up against the Mets in this matchup, and I got to roll with the Red Sox on the money line at Fenway Park. Next up, we got the Rangers and the Yankees from Yankee Stadium. Jacob deGrom and Ryan Yarbrough are the starters. I'm going to look at the Rangers in the first 5 innings in this one, laying a half a run. This is a situation where I do think that unless the Rangers just crack this game wide open at the beginning of it against Ryan Yarbrough, I think it's going to be a competitive game late, but I still think the Rangers will have a lead because Jacob deGrom has just been so strong as of late. I mean, we saw another 8-inning performance, a shutout ball against the Astros in his last start. The Rangers have won his last 4 starts. But say this is a 2-1, 3-1 score in the middle innings for the Rangers' favor, in the Rangers' favor, I could see the Yankees doing some damage late in this game against the Rangers bullpen, which is still without Chris Martin and is still not one of my favorite bullpens in baseball. So for me, I'd rather just stay away from the full game. I'm just going to go with the first 5 innings, Texas Rangers laying a half a run. Next up, we got the San Diego Padres and the Toronto Blue Jays. We got Randy Vasquez and Kevin Gausman as the starters. Now, Gausman definitely not his best outing in his last start, but I think he could bounce back, and I also think that the Blue Jays will give him some run support against Randy Vasquez, who for me is still not one of my favorite starting pitching options to back, as he's been a lot better recently, but still, we talked about the control issues at the beginning of the season. That 26-23 walk-to-strikeout ratio is still really alarming, and I do expect regression still going forward. He's got an ERA above 4.75 on the road this season. Gausman's been a lot better at home this year. I think the Blue Jays take this game on the money line at Rogers Center. Next up, the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Colorado Rockies. We got Taijuan Walker and Carson Palmquist as the starters. Palmquist struggled in his season and Major League debut against the Diamondbacks at Chase Field. I don't think he's going to fare too well in this game either against the Phillies team that just crushed lefties in the month of May. But I also think that Taijuan Walker could be in trouble in this start. I think he could be in big trouble. Now, his last appearance against the St. Louis Cardinals, he went 3 innings, 3 total runs, 2 earned runs, and a walk in a 14-7 Phillies loss. And, I haven't liked him as a starting pitcher. He's been featured mostly out of the bullpen recently with mixed results, but he's still somebody that is just giving up a lot of sharp contact, walking a lot of batters. The control's been off. He falls behind accounts very often. I think the Rockies are going to be able to be competitive offensively in this game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I like the over. I think the Rockies, even with Palmquist struggles, can still find a way to cover that run line, getting a really good price. So that's where I'm leaning towards. Maybe take the Rockies team total over, but I'll take the full game over as well. Next up, we got the Athletics and the Angels. Jack Kohanowitz and J.P. Sears are the starters. J.P. Sears, good numbers against the current Angels lineup at about 60 plate appearances, low xWOBA at 302. He didn't have his best stuff in that last start against the Giants. It was an early outing for him, but he's still been pitching really well overall. The A's have won a lot of his starts as of late, so I think he bounces back. I think he gets the run support against Kohanowitz, who's been inconsistent, a little bit better as of late, but against the current A's lineup does not have good numbers. I think the A's win this game and potentially cover the run line, so I'm going to take the A's in this one. Next up, we've got the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Corbin Burnes and Dustin May are the projected starters. Now, Corbin Burnes, good numbers against his current Dodgers lineup. Not too many starting pitchers, with 150-plus plate appearances against the current lineup, against this current Dodgers lineup, can put together a 26% strikeout rate, a low walk rate, a 300 expected slugging percentage, which is really low, a 255 xWOBA. He's got great numbers. He's in good form. The Dodgers are not in great form. We've seen them lose a lot of their games as of late. And Dustin May's been regressing after a hot start to the year. I think it's a really good spot for Arizona and a really good price. So I'm going to take the Diamondbacks in this one on the money line. And that's it. Those are the games for Wednesday in baseball. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium, and there is a link in the description. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.